Have you ever woken up 2, 3, even 4 times a night just to urinate? Not because you drank a lot of water, not because you had coffee late, not because you ignored the rules. You did everything you were told to do. You stopped drinking early. You avoided tea, soda, and alcohol. You even accepted poor sleep as part of getting older. And yet, every night, the same thing happens. You fall asleep, then wake up with pressure. You walk to the bathroom in the dark. You return to bed. And just when your body starts to rest again, it happens all over. This pattern doesn't just steal your sleep. It steals your energy the next day, your patience, your focus, your confidence. And over time, it quietly erodes your health. Here's the part no one tells you. Nighttime urination is rarely caused by drinking too much water. In fact, for many older adults, drinking less water actually makes the problem worse. The real issue is not how much water you drink. It's how your body processes fluids across the entire day. Most people are taught to restrict, but the body responds best to rhythm. And this is where modern urology has shifted its understanding. Most urologists now agree that your bladder is not the real villain. Your kidneys are not failing, and your body is not betraying you. What's happening is a mismatch between your hydration habits and your body's internal timing system. A system that controls when fluids are stored, when they are released, and when your kidneys are supposed to rest. When this rhythm is disrupted, your body does what it must, even if it means waking you up over and over again at night. But when that rhythm is restored, something remarkable happens. The urge softens, the bladder calms, sleep deepens, and for many people, the change begins in just a few days. In this video, I'll share 4 powerful urologist-backed principles that help many older adults dramatically reduce nighttime bathroom trips, often within as little as 3 days. These are not medications, not procedures, not expensive supplements. They are simple, physiological adjustments based on how your kidneys, bladder, muscles, and nervous system actually work as you age. You'll learn why drinking less water can backfire, how hydration timing affects kidney activity at night, why temperature and pacing matter more than volume, and how small daily habits retrain your bladder to rest. Stay with me until the end, because the final principle could permanently change how you manage hydration for the rest of your life. Not just to reduce nighttime urination, but to protect your sleep, your kidneys, and your long-term bladder health. Now, let's begin. Point 1 of the most overlooked and misunderstood causes of nighttime urination is hidden sodium imbalance. This is not about adding salt at the table. It's about how sodium quietly accumulates in the body throughout the day, often without you realizing it. Urologists and nephrologists consistently observe the same pattern in older adults. Your ankles look normal in the morning. Your shoes feel tighter by afternoon. Your legs feel heavy or fatigued by evening. Then, shortly after you lie down at night, something frustrating happens. You feel the urge to urinate. Not once, but repeatedly. This is not a coincidence. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. When sodium levels are high, your body does not immediately eliminate the excess. Instead, sodium pulls water into your tissues, especially in the lower legs and feet. Gravity keeps this fluid trapped there while you're upright during the day. But the moment you lie down, gravity's effect changes. The fluid that was stored in your legs begins to re-enter your bloodstream. Your heart circulates it. Your kidneys detect the increased blood volume. And they do exactly what they're designed to do. They produce urine. Unfortunately, this happens at the worst possible time, while your body is supposed to be resting. This phenomenon is known in medical literature as nocturnal fluid redistribution, and it becomes significantly more common after the age of 50. It is one of the leading contributors to nighttime urination that has nothing to do with bladder disease. And yet, Most people are never told about it. Instead, they are told to drink less water. But restricting water does not solve sodium imbalance. In many cases, it makes it worse. The real solution is not eliminating salt entirely. Salt is essential for nerve function, muscle contraction, and blood pressure regulation. The solution is timing and balance. Step 1. Reduce sodium load at dinner. Dinner is the most dangerous time for hidden sodium. Processed meats, canned soups, packaged sauces, pickled foods. These foods deliver a large sodium load late in the day, when your body has less time to process it before sleep. When this happens, the excess sodium has nowhere to go, so it stays in your tissues and returns at night. Replacing these foods doesn't mean eating bland meals. Instead, flavor your dinner with fresh herbs like parsley, basil, or dill, a lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, garlic, onion, or black pepper. These provide strong flavor without triggering water retention. Step 2. Shift your hydration earlier. Your kidneys are most active during the day. Drinking water consistently in the morning and afternoon allows your body to flush excess sodium naturally while you're awake. When most of your hydration happens before 6 p.m., your kidneys can complete the majority of fluid processing long before bedtime. This dramatically reduces nighttime urine production. Think of it as allowing your kidneys to finish their work shift before nightfall. Step 3. Support sodium balance with potassium. Potassium is sodium's natural counterbalance. It helps your cells release excess fluid gradually and evenly, instead of holding it all day and dumping it at night. Potassium-rich foods include spinach, avocado, bananas, beans, and lentils. Including small portions of these foods at lunch or early dinner supports stable fluid balance. This is not about supplements. It's about gentle nutritional alignment. Step 4. Watch hidden sources of salt. Many people are shocked when they read labels. Crackers, bread, breakfast cereals, even healthy snacks often contain significant sodium. Awareness alone can reduce sodium intake without effort or restriction. And when salt and water begin working in harmony, something changes. Within a few days, many people notice less swelling in the ankles, legs that feel lighter by evening, fewer nighttime awakenings, longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. Beyond the physical relief, there is something deeper. A sense of control returns. You stop blaming your bladder. You stop fearing the night. And you begin to trust your body again. This is not a quick fix. It is a physiological reset. And for many older adults, it becomes the foundation for better sleep, better energy, and better health. Now, let's move on to the next principle. Because hydration is not only about what you drink, but how your body receives it. This may surprise you, because almost no one talks about it. The temperature of the water you drink directly affects your bladder behavior. Most people focus on how much water they drink. Very few consider how their body reacts to that water once it enters the system. Urologists, especially those who work with older adults, have long observed a consistent pattern. Cold water stimulates the bladder, and it does so in a way that is far more pronounced as we age. The alternative is simple, gentle, and surprisingly effective. Urologists commonly recommend room temperature or slightly warm water for individuals struggling with nighttime urination. Water that closely matches your body's natural temperature, absorbs more gradually, requires less internal adjustment, reduces sudden kidney stimulation. This allows your body to use water instead of discarding it quickly. Another crucial factor is how you drink. Gulping water overwhelms the stomach and stretches its walls. This sends a fast signal to the kidneys to eliminate fluid. Sipping slowly does the opposite. When you take small, steady sips, absorption becomes smoother. The bladder fills more gradually. Urgency signals soften. Think of it as teaching your bladder a calmer rhythm. Over time, the bladder learns that it doesn't need to react immediately. There is also a subtle but important connection between water temperature and your core body temperature at night. As you sleep, your body naturally cools. When this cooling happens too quickly or unevenly, kidney activity can increase. Drinking warm or neutral water during the day helps stabilize this transition, preventing nighttime overactivity of the urinary system. One of the most effective habits recommended by clinicians is this. About 3 hours before bed, drink half a glass of warm water. Then stop all fluids. This accomplishes two things at once. It prevents dehydration. It gives your kidneys enough time to process the fluid before sleep. You are not depriving your body. You are giving it closure. Many older adults report that after making this single change, without altering volume, they experience fewer nighttime urges, longer uninterrupted sleep, a less grogginess in the morning, often within 3 to 5 nights. What makes this approach powerful is its gentleness. You are not fighting your bladder. You are not forcing control. You are simply removing unnecessary stimulation. Your bladder, like your heart and lungs, thrives on predictability. When you respect its rhythm, it responds with calm. And when the bladder rests, the entire body rests. This principle alone is enough to transform sleep for many people. But it works even better when combined with the next step. Because hydration is not only about fluids. It's also about movement, muscle support, and internal communication. Let's continue. Nighttime urination is often blamed entirely on the kidneys. But urologists increasingly emphasize that the bladder does not work in isolation. It depends on a network of muscles, nerves, and signals that coordinate when to hold and when to release. As we age, this coordination weakens, not because the body is broken, but because certain muscles are used less and certain signals become quieter. Two muscle groups play a critical role here. The pelvic floor, the lower abdominal muscles. Together, they act like a support system around the bladder. When they are strong and responsive, the bladder can stretch and hold fluid calmly. When they weaken, the bladder becomes oversensitive. It begins sending urgent messages to the brain even when it is not full. This is why many people experience nighttime urges that feel sudden and intense, but produce only small amounts of urine. The bladder isn't full. It's unsettled. The encouraging news is this. Bladder signaling can be retrained, and it does not require intense exercise or painful routines. Gentle, consistent movement is enough. Think of the bladder as a balloon suspended by muscles. If the support loosens, the balloon shifts and reacts prematurely. But when support is gradually restored, stability returns. Let's walk through 3 simple habits that urologists and pelvic health specialists often recommend. Habit number 1. Morning breathing activation, 5 minutes. This is one of the most underestimated techniques, and one of the most effective. Each morning, before distractions begin, take 5 minutes to reconnect your breath to your lower core. Here's how. Sit or stand comfortably. Inhale slowly through your nose. Allow your lower belly, not your chest, to gently expand. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, and as you do, lightly tighten the lower abdomen. Just enough to feel engagement, never strain. This is not about force. It's about awareness. This breathing pattern activates the same muscles responsible for bladder control. It restores communication along this pathway. Brain, pelvic floor, bladder. Over time, this daily practice reminds the bladder that it is supported. Many people notice that urgency becomes less sharp, less sudden, and easier to manage. Habit number 2. Walk after dinner, 10 to 15 minutes. Fluid pooling is a major contributor to nighttime urination. When you sit or remain inactive after dinner, Gravity causes fluid to settle in the legs. That fluid does not disappear. It waits. Then, when you lie down at night, it returns to circulation and ends up in the bladder. A short, gentle walk after dinner changes this pattern. You don't need speed. You don't need distance. Just movement. Walking activates the calf muscles, which act like pumps, pushing fluid back toward the heart and kidneys before bedtime. This allows your body to process excess fluid while you are still awake. As a result, less fluid returns at night. Bladder filling slows. Urgency decreases. Even a slow 10-minute stroll can make a noticeable difference. Habit number 3, light lower body engagement. This is not about workouts. It's about reminding your body how to support itself. Simple movements performed once or twice a day are enough. Seated leg lifts, standing calf raises, gentle squats using a chair for support. These movements strengthen the muscles that indirectly stabilize the bladder. They also improve circulation and nerve signaling. You're not training for strength. You're restoring control rhythm. Urologists often note that when lower body muscles remain inactive for long periods, bladder signaling becomes erratic. But when muscles are engaged, even lightly, the bladder becomes more predictable. Why this works? Movement improves. Muscle tone, nerve communication, fluid circulation. All three are essential for nighttime bladder control. This is why people who move regularly during the day often experience fewer nighttime disruptions, even without changing how much they drink. Over time, these habits teach the bladder that it does not need to react prematurely. The system settles. The urgency softens. Sleep becomes deeper. This is not a quick fix. It is a recalibration. And when combined with hydration, timing, and temperature, it creates a powerful foundation for uninterrupted rest. Now let's move to the final principle, because even with good habits, timing remains everything when it comes to the kidneys and sleep. Most people don't realize this, but your kidneys are not working at the same speed all day long. They follow a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that tells them when to work hard and when to rest. This rhythm is just as real as your sleep-wake cycle. During the daytime hours, your kidneys are designed to be active. They filter blood more aggressively. They remove excess fluid. They balance sodium, potassium, and other electrolytes. This is when your body is meant to process the majority of its hydration. At night, however, the system is supposed to slow down. Urine production should decrease. Bladder filling should become gradual, and your body should conserve fluid while you sleep. When this rhythm is respected, most people can sleep through the night without interruption. But for many older adults, this rhythm is unknowingly disrupted, and the cause is almost always hydration timing. Here is the most common pattern urologists see. Throughout the day, people drink very little water. They stay busy. They forget. They avoid drinking because they fear nighttime urination. By late afternoon, the body is already mildly dehydrated. Then, in the evening, thirst finally appears. So water intake increases right before bed. This forces the kidneys to stay active at the very moment they should be slowing down. Instead of resting, they go back to work. Urine production increases. The bladder fills faster, and sleep becomes fragmented. This is not kidney failure. It is a timing mismatch. The solution is not to drink less water. It is to drink water earlier and more consistently. Urologists often describe this as front-loading hydration. That means spreading your water intake evenly from morning through late afternoon. When you do this, several important things happen. First, your kidneys are able to complete the majority of fluid processing while you are awake. Second, excess sodium and waste products are flushed out earlier in the day. Third, thirst signals in the evening become much weaker. By the time night arrives, your body is already balanced. Your kidneys can slow down naturally. Your bladder remains calmer, and sleep becomes deeper. Another important aspect of kidney rhythm is predictability. Your kidneys respond best to routine. When water intake follows a consistent daily pattern, kidney output becomes more predictable as well. This reduces sudden nighttime urgency. It teaches your body when it is safe to rest. Many older adults are surprised by how quickly this adjustment works. Within a few days of shifting hydration earlier, nighttime urine volume decreases. Bladder pressure becomes less intense. Waking episodes become fewer or disappear. Some people notice longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep for the first time in years. This principle alone has a profound effect because it addresses the root of the problem, not the symptom. You are no longer fighting your bladder. You are cooperating with your kidneys. And when the kidneys and bladder work in harmony, the entire body benefits. Better sleep leads to improved energy, better balance, a sharper focus, reduced fall risk. Most importantly, it restores confidence. You stop planning your night around the bathroom. You stop fearing sleep. You trust your body again. Aligning with your kidney's internal clock is not a trick. It is a return to how the body was designed to function. And when combined with balanced sodium intake, proper water temperature, and gentle daily movement, it creates a powerful system for lasting nighttime bladder control. This is not about perfection. It is about rhythm. And rhythm, once restored, has the power to change lives. Nighttime urination is not a life sentence. It is not a punishment for aging. It is not a sign that your body has failed you. And for most people, it is not something you must simply endure. Very often, it is a hydration rhythm problem, not a broken bladder. Your body is still intelligent. Your kidneys are still capable. They are simply responding to the signals they are given. And when those signals change, the response changes too. By learning to balance salt and water instead of restricting blindly. Choose water that your body can absorb calmly. Move gently each day to support circulation and muscle signaling. Respect your kidney's natural internal clock. You give your body permission to return to balance. You stop fighting your bladder. You stop fearing the night. And you begin to rest again. Better sleep is not just about comfort. It affects your memory, your mood, your balance, your immune system. When sleep improves, energy returns. When energy returns, confidence follows. And confidence changes how you move through the day. Small, consistent habits, applied with patience, can create meaningful change. Not overnight miracles, but real, sustainable improvement. If this message resonated with you, comment "sleep" below. It helps others who are quietly struggling realize they are not alone. And if you value calm, medically grounded guidance for aging well, consider subscribing. Not for trends, not for fear, but for clarity, understanding, and respect for the body you live in. Because better sleep is not a luxury. It is the foundation of health. And you deserve rest.